In 1993, Dinosaurs is airing season 3, episode 15, Steroids to Heaven. Robbie tries to bulk up to impress a girl, but her attention seems to be drawn to a bigger guy named Dolf. When exercise doesn't cut it for Robbie, he resorts to Thornoids and finds out his new bulky body comes at a high price. Hilarity ensues.
Oh, you asked me about dinosaur episodes. This is, to me, the number one, Steve. This is the most memorable to me.
I remember this more than the New Leaf or Sweet Leaf episode.
Maybe I wasn't into weed like I am now, but I didn't remember that at all. This stuff.
100%.
I didn't use steroids because of it, Steve. It worked.
It sounds like an infomercial. It works for you. We're back in Pangea for a second week in a row because, I mean, who knew? This show was rocking more than I remember. But we're at Bob La Brea High School, and it's Robbie. He's talking to his boy Spike. They come across Caroline, Robbie's new crush or crush at the time. When they start talking to Caroline, Robbie just nuts up, being all shy.
Hey. And as he's not able to talk, he's just stammering. Caroline's like, oh man, look at that big beefcake over there, which is Dolf. Who, Steve, to be honest with you, Steve, I know is a puppet, and I know it's hard to really generate like a real knowledge of what he is, but I think he's mentally handicapped, Steve. Dolf might have an issue. Maybe it's the Thornoids.
We went to school with some of those guys in Perrysburg. It's just like Chris Rock said in this one bit where he's talking about, man, you can't come to a woman all timid, like, excuse me, can you lick my balls? Man, why don't you lick your own balls?
Yeah, he has none of that energy. So then, as he's having heartbreak because this chick that he likes is all into this other dude, she pulls the ultimate deballing that you can get, and this has happened to me a lot, Steve. Probably happened to you a few times. He gets, you're such a good friend. My dick just pulled back into my body saying that, Steve. I hate that term.
And he walks away just naive, like, I'm one of the girls.
Yay, I'm in. He's not in, Steve. And then we cut to the actual intro, which is great. I was saying this last night, and it was a stone thought, but what an insane idea just for a show, you know? And the fact that it went like 5 seasons, I mean, obviously because of Henson and whatnot, but it's just a crazy, almost coke-ish idea, Steve. It seems like a cocaine idea.
It speaks on the brilliance of Jim Henson again.
Because it works. I mean, it's basically Roseanne with puppets, but we can give praise later. Cut back to the show. Little old skinny Robbie's just kind of sad, and Charlene, his sister, is around, so he starts asking her advice. She's a chick, Steve. He's like, what do girls want? You know? Because it's not working. This whole nice guy thing is just not working for me.
What they really want from a... But she's like, dimples, bulging muscles, and guys like Zeke or Zach with those kind of names. What about integrity? I guess if you're in your 30s and you have low self-esteem, you care about that kind of shit.
Is that a car?
Right.
Yeah. Then Fran, she's like, Robbie, you don't have to. And she's the mom, Steve. So she's like, it's not all about that. Not all women are interested in the physical form. And then Earl like kind of sides in. He's like, you're talking about ugly girls, right?
Yeah, don't get game from your mom because she's going to tell you the stereotypical, hold doors for her and buy her flowers and be a gentleman. And then
you're going to grow into your body. You don't like it now, but someday you're going to be perfect. And you're my perfect little man.
Yeah, exactly. You got to have a female family member that's going to keep it real, like a sister or female cousin.
That's what you need. I feel like even a sister, I didn't have this type of ball bust sister. Obviously, she was so old, like older than me, that she wasn't around when this stuff was happening. So I didn't have that luxury, Steve. But Robbie, he's basically just resigned to the fact that he ain't going to get that, Steve. So he goes to his room. Fran's like, hey, Earl, you're the dad. Like, you should probably talk some sense into your son. He's going through some stuff. And, Earl, he's like Homer, Steve. Rather just hang out, watch some too, but Dad's got to do something. So we cut to Robbie's room.
Earl tells Robbie There's one thing that rings true still to this day. Girls just love big guys. Look at me, for example. He shows Robbie his old yearbook, and Earl is skinny as a toothpick. He actually was voted most likely to slip through a sewer gate. So, like, damn, I can go from a skinny kid to a huge man? Dinosaur man? Earl
Yeah.
shows him his bodybuilding pic.
Earl Schwarzenegger, dude.
Yeah, Earl Luger.
Yeah, that's not the Earl that we know and love. So Robbie's like, damn, like, okay, can you like teach me? He's like, yeah, I just did what you had to. Work out, eat well, lift a couple of tree stumps every once in a while, and I'll get you there. So now we're into sort of a Rocky-ish situation, Steve. Earl's training his son. It's a beautiful thing. We get into the classic montage.
You've got the eye of the tiger, and he's doing his pull-ups, bicep curls, the push-ups. Apparently, Robbie's skipping leg day. I didn't see any squats, no deadlifts, none of that. You're gonna need
No
that in the
core work.
repertoire.
No core work at all, Steve. I got to be honest with you. And also the goal, which this is pretty crazy, going from 0 to 100. He's got to go up to near Hulk Hogan or over Hulk Hogan, Steve. 36-inch pythons. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's going to get there. Not with those 15-pounders, Steve.
Yeah, those are gardener snakes. And he only got a quarter-inch bigger in the arms. But now we're at school, and Robbie, he's kind of like, man, I kind of want to quit. Like, this is not doing anything for me. But his boy Spike, in this episode, Spike actually redeems himself. He's kind of like a real friend because he kind of keeps it real with him. And he's like, look, man, what makes you unique is what makes you dope, Sinclair. Like, look at Big Dolf over there. He's dumb as a box of nails with the personality of a dead moth. But hey, man, that's his thing. Even though you're not as big as him, like, you're not an idiot either. He tells him about guys like to have an unfair advantage, like with Thornoids. It's like, with Thornoids? What's that? Like, look, man, you don't want to know. Just made it up. Forget it.
I had a seizure and just said something. What did I say? That's not even a word.
Wants to keep it away from his friend because he knows the after effects. All right, man. So since you're pressing me about it, there are these little tiny spiny things guys eat for muscle mass, but you don't want them. You don't need them in the end.
Stop touching my jacket. I'm going to do some other shady stuff because he looks like a shady drug dealer, Steve. But Spike is showing up in this episode. You're right. So Spike's like, look, man, I'm out of here. This conversation's over with. Stay away from the Thornoids. Peace. So Robbie's sitting there like, I don't want to. I'm 15 days in. Nothing. And he sees Dolf over yonder, punch his locker like a meathead, open it up, and then we see him take out this, what appears to be a Thornoid, Steve.
Yeah, out of his locker. He just takes it to the face. Apparently, these Thornoids, they talk shit to you as you're ingesting them. Like, yeah, you're a little pussy. Are the spines too sharp for you, you punk ass? I'm a little puny little cocksucker. You want bigger arms. They say,
oh, you can eat me? Piss on your nuts, little ass dick ass.
Yeah. They talk way out of pocket, these Thornoids. But yeah, man, he ate those. And after he leaves, Robbie, he pulls up to the locker and he opens up the box. They're still talking shit. Like, you want to get stronger? Take a nap in your mother's bosom, you punk. He eats it. And like, from what I heard, man, you got to let the Thornoid sit on your tongue a little bit. You got to chew on them. You get the most impact. Chew on them, let them sit on your tongue, and then like let it,
Yeah. You got to get it into the bloodstream. You got to ease it in, especially the first Thornoid, Steve. We've all been there. So he eats it. We don't know what happens. We cut to the next day. We're at the Sinclair house, and we're just seeing the baby, Steve. He's not eating his breakfast. He's being a baby, as always. He throws a fork. It goes behind a fridge. Fran's like, you better shape up. You want to be like your big brother, right? And the baby's like, what, like the chicken boy? And as he says that, he's like, dang! We turn the camera around to Robbie, who in the course of maybe 10 hours, Steve, maybe 12, has gone full Frank Palumbo status. He's just fully shredded.
And he debos the baby. He was like, what were you saying? He was like, nothing.
What'd you say, little girl?
Yeah.
I love how his voice is deep. He's got a deep ass voice. It's hilarious, Steve. These Thornoids work immediately.
Robbie big and strong like mommy.
This dude went from Jim Ross to freaking Ultimate Warrior overnight. And he's got the roid rage to boot. So I love how Earl turns around and is like, Robbie, my workout is doing fantastic. The baby threw that fork behind there, and Earl couldn't do it. So Robbie's like, hold on 1 second, let me do this. And he just slowly just Supermans that hoe, Steve.
But when it's time to move it back, Earl, he's like, man, I got it. It's not even budging. Not even making a scrape sound.
And the baby's just laughing at him. Yeah. It's great, Steve. So then we cut to school, and now we're seeing sort of like the negative part of Thornoid, Steve, because Robbie's yoked up, just roaming the halls flexing. Looking pretty aggressive, I gotta be honest.
Coming on too strong because he pulls up on Caroline. Now he's got the confidence. He was like, man, look, we got this thing coming up Saturday, and I think it'd be in your best interest to pop up with me on my arm. And she's like, look, shh, I'm in the middle of something. Dolph, he's trying to finish his sentence. He's working on the words right now. Dance, titty.
Oh, Dolph, you just have a way with words. And then Robbie is like, hey, Dolph, I was here first. Beat up, shove off. And he just belts the dude in the face, Roadhouse style. I mean, Robbie, he's gone full heel, Steve. He went from skinny dweeb to just super villain, super shredder.
0 to 100 real quick, Matt. Like that escalated way too quick for my standards. And I'm a petty motherfucker, but I think Spike knows what's up now because when they reconvene, he sees that Robbie's big as hell. So he's like, man, something changed real quick. I'm sure it's nothing new to your diet.
Yeah.
Taking the big T, swallowing that Stein, riding the wild noise, popping porcupines. That's not you, is it?
Yeah, it's not like you're just walking around growling and flexing everywhere with spikes coming out of your body out of nowhere, right? That's just the salad. And the pull-ups.
And this is too much for Spike because he's like, whatever, dude, have a good life. Cut to the house. He needs to get to the bathroom. Charlene's in there messing around, scrubbing on her pantyhose and doing her girl-ish, man, shaving her coochie. So Robbie, he's had enough of waiting around, and he just busts through the door, just breaks it off, and he throws it into the hallway. When he gets into the bathroom, he yanks the sink out of the floor. Like, dude, that's uncalled for. Like,
it's so Big Brother, though, and he's like, you got a bunch of wet stuff in the sink. I don't want to look at this stuff. And throws the full sink at Charlene, Steve. I mean, he's going homicidal at this point. And even Charlene's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Bro, like, is this real life right now? After that happens, he looks in the mirror. He notices, like, these little spikes. He's like, yeah. Oh, snap. Oh, what's this little...
Damn. He was looking like Beetlejuice in that scene where he pops the spikes out. And these aren't, like, natural dinosaur spikes. These shits look sinister, He's like, actually, it looks kind of dope, though. To be honest with you, it kind of pops the peck off a little bit.
Cut back to downstairs. Earl's still trying to push that fridge. But when Robbie comes in the kitchen, they're like, oh, Robbie, yeah, you could push the kitchen. Man, why don't you push your own fridge? It's all your food anyway, chubby ass.
Oh, Robbie! What?
Tell him, chicken boy.
What'd you just say?
Nothing.
Yeah, so he leaves, and as he's leaving, he's like, yeah, I'm out. See you later, fat boy. I mean, he's just punking his family out. Everyone's like, man, what the fuck? Earl, your workout has gone too well.
And now we're at the dance. Robbie shows up with Caroline, I guess because he eliminated his op. We find out quick that he dumped a punch bowl on a boy's head, and they just got there.
So they're not even in the dance. They kind of got kicked out, so they're roaming the halls. As they're walking around, it seems kind of cool. Like, even Caroline's like, oh, kind of cool with it. She seems a little off put, but then he kind of like gets a little aggressive, Steve, as a Thornoid user will, pushes her up against the locker, and he's like trying to get a little romantic, but those Thornoid spikes just start poking Caroline, and not in the way like that song. Like, this is a bad poke, Steve.
I think she already can figure it out, put two and two together, because she's like, is that what you want to be, Dolph? You didn't want me if I was skinny, though. You never asked me, Robbie.
I didn't think you'd like me. You said I was your friend. She's like, I did like you. You just had to ask. This is kind of like over. She's trying to get away from him. And then he goes like kind of full roid rage at this point, Steve. It's almost like he's like, what is this? What, you act like this? You trying to work me up, prude bitch?
I'm all hard now. Now you're going to do something about it, too.
Come here. But as he's going, it's about to go straight domestic violence, Steve. Possibly even worse than that. Spike shows up. This guy's everywhere, Steve. And he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he kind of like steps in, eases the tension a little bit for a second. And he's like, Caroline, why don't you head out? There's some issue with some decorations or something. I'll handle Robbie over here. So she's like, oh, great. Bye. So she heads out, rape diverted, I guess, or whatever was about to happen there. And Spike confronts Robbie for real at this point. He's like, look, man, it's obvious what's happening here. Look at you. And Robbie's like, you got spikes too, dude. Your name's Spike. He's like, these are all natural, bud.
Genetics.
Yeah.
My granddad had it, and they say you follow the maternal grandfather when it came to the spike or not spike.
He's like, look, man, like you're making enemies out of everyone. No one likes you. And he's like, you kidding me? Look at this. Look at that. You don't like this? Pussy?
Ill-gotten gains, though, Robbie. I've had enough with you. I've had enough with you. The school's had enough with you. Dude, you threw a punch bowl, a whole punch bowl. You poured it on the kid, and then you threw a punch bowl at him, man. Shattered his braces. So I think there's a shoving match, maybe. Somehow Robbie gets one of his spikes, some of his spikes stuck into the locker. And he's like, man, Spike, man, put me out, bro. What's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? And Spike's like, nah, man, you know what? I think I'm just going to leave you there for the weekend.
Yeah, I'm cool. But I'm going to sit here and watch the Thornoids wear off. It'll probably only take a night or two, but yeah, you're stuck, bro. So Robbie's like, oh, it's like Godzilla's, stuck on a locker with spikes. But we cut to the next morning. Spike and the old Robbie, because the Thornoids have worn off, he's just back to old Robbie with his little Letterman jacket, not fully yoked. And he's almost like hungover. Because apparently there's like some sort of Thornoid hangover, Steve.
It's the worst, I heard. He asked Spike, you think I'll ever get a chance to see her again or be with her? He's like, oh, man, you totally got a shot, man. Psych. But what you really need to worry about is apologizing to your family because, roof over your head, food on the table, that whole nine. And, it's your family. But Earl, he comes out and he's scared of Robbie at first. But he's like, oh. I was going to have breakfast in the backyard. Robbie just says it straight like, hey, man, I was stupid, Dad, and I'm sorry.
But I do like Earl's like, what, did you stop my workout?
Right.
He's still not fully like plugged into what happened, but Robbie is like apologetic. He's obviously not on the gear anymore because it's not spiked out and yoked out. And they have like a little fun bonding moment here because that fridge got moved, never got back. So Earl's like, hey, Robbie, you know what, man? It's all good. But can you move the fridge back? And Robbie's like, you know what, Dad? I might need a little bit of help. And Spike, who's still in the kitchen, is like, you know what, guys? Let me help out. He proceeds to just open the fridge and take out some ribs, Steve.
This is a tasty looking rib.
Honestly, is that the Flintstone rib? But from the other perspective, from the dinosaur perspective? I don't know, but I'll take one. And he's like, what? I took the weight out of the fridge. Hey!